Hey, welcome back to Reliable Sources. I'm Brian Stelter. You may have noticed last season on Saturday Night Live, there were some appearances from one Robert Mueller, but actually played by Robert De Niro. Now Mueller seems to be history, but De Niro has a lot to say about the real-life President Trump, and he's here with me now in New York. Thank you for being here, sir.
Glad to be here.
We've been trying to book you for a while, and then all of a sudden this week we've got an impeachment inquiry, and I'm even more curious for your sense of what's going on. You've been calling for the president to be impeached. Are you satisfied with what the Democrats are now doing?
Yeah, I think they have no choice but to have an impeachment inquiry. It has to happen. I mean, there's no way around it.
Do you think the president should resign? Because this morning in the Connecticut Post, which is one of the biggest papers in the state of Connecticut, I believe this is the first major paper to call for him to step down. That would be quite a dramatic development.
I don't think he's capable of resigning. Bill Maher a couple of weeks ago said that it's going to be difficult getting him out of the White House, especially if he wins marginally, if he loses marginally.
Do you have that fear as well, that he wouldn't leave?
Yeah, he'll say it's rigged or this or that. He'll find this guy has done everything possible, much worse than I ever thought, ever. The day after he was elected, I said, well, give him a chance. You never know, you'll see. But he's worse than I ever could have imagined.
I wonder, as an actor, do you ever look at the president and think he's performing, like he's playing an act or something?
In some ways, I think he is, but I think that it's, as I think some of these other pundits on Fox are too, because I can't believe that they would actually buy into this craziness. This guy should not be president, period.
And when you say that, folks on Fox come after you. I remember the Tonys when he got up there and cursed. A lot of criticism of you.
Fuck him.
Okay, well, you know, this is cable, so it's not an FCC violation, but it is still a Sunday morning.
Well,
I do wonder why you choose to go that way.
Let me say something.
Why do you choose to go that way?
We are at a moment in our life, in this country, where this guy is like a gangster. He's come along and he's said things, done things we say over and over again. This is terrible. We're in a terrible situation. We're in a terrible situation. And this guy just keeps going on and on and on without being stopped.
And we're back here on Reliable Sources with Robert De Niro, who, of course, played Robert Mueller on SNL last season. The SNL season premiere was last night. You were not on. I wondered, is the character now retired?
Well, who knows? But what I suggested to them is, why don't we do a thing on SNL where I do all the things people would have wished Mueller would have done, should have done, could have done when he was deposed or whatever you want to call it.
Actually, special counsel. Yeah. So you suggested that to Lorne Michaels and company.
I did.
So maybe we will see you back in the future.
Who knows?
Your big role coming up is The Irishman, this film that just premiered in New York on Friday night. My colleague Frank Pallotta saw it, said it's a masterpiece. It's getting rave reviews. It's interesting. It's going to be in theaters in November and then on Netflix. And this is your first time making a film for Netflix, right?
Yes. Well, Netflix was the only company that really stepped up and said they would finance it and do it for us in a way that we had to do it, that would enable Marty Scorsese to do everything that he needed to do to make the movie that he wanted to make. So it's made as a movie, obviously. It's not for a small screen. Some people will see it on a small screen. It's better ultimately to see it on a big screen, but it will work on any screen.
And I suppose the way the world works now, a lot of people have those 75-inch TVs at home and they're watching this on those right now.
Exactly.
So people will see it in a cinematic way.
Yes.
Does it matter to you that Netflix and others are financing films, Netflix and Apple and Amazon?
No, I mean, they're financing them. Other people aren't. It's very hard to get a movie financed in a traditional way. You get it done, even if it's a tentpole film and one of the comic book films. It's still, you know, you always have, and that's the nature of it, and that's fine. So companies like Netflix, Amazon, if they come along and can support material work that's very special, and do it in a way that, and then with all the technological stuff coming on, that's even better, that they can help support that, make it, finance it, because it's expensive now. It'll be less and less as years go by. Obviously, things will change, new things will come up. But yeah, I think and it creates a lot of work for everybody.
And The Irishman, it's a Martin Scorsese film. It's a mob film. I noticed you used the word mob earlier, talking about President Trump. You do see this as a mob situation, that he speaks like a mobster or something?
No, he's a wannabe gangster, and the thing is that he makes gangsters look bad, because certain gangsters, like in any profession, keep their word. He doesn't even know how to keep his word. And he's the president. It's just crazy that he's our president.
I get the sense from you that you view this as a crisis.
It is a crisis. Yes, it is. And too many people are too gentle about it and genteel about it. And we're in a crisis situation, period. That's it.
Sir, thank you for being here. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the conversation. And a quick reminder, before we wrap up here on television, ReliableSources.com is our web companion. You can subscribe to our podcast there and subscribe to our nightly newsletter. It'll be out later this evening. Sign up for free at ReliableSources.com.